What's going on, everybody? Corey here with another insight video, whatever you want to call these. And today I just kind of want to talk about one of my favorite things. And this is a little bit of an update for a video that I did for Magic Mastery. But it's all about wallets. Actually, let me grab this one too. I'm a huge fan of wallets when it comes to Magic. I think that that there's some amazing ones out there. And over the last, couple of years, they've gotten better. Now, I don't have everything. This is an all-inclusive list, but this is kind of my least favorite wallets to my more favorite wallets. And so let's just kind of get started. I don't have all of them with me because I couldn't find one. But I have, so I'll mention one that I don't have, and then kind of go over the others, and then my complaints of why I don't necessarily like a certain wallet, or where I ranked it, kind of last. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 wallets in total. And the one that I'll start off with, it's kind of a weird tie for 6th, I guess. But I'll start with the one I have and just kind of talk about it, is the Hermes Wallet by Josh Janowski. And, there was a bit of hype around this wallet. And it's not horrible, I guess, by any means. It's just, I had just a couple of problems with it. So I ran around with it for, I want to say, about 2 weeks as my everyday carry. And it's got some things I really like and things I don't like. So, so this wallet is empty, and you see that I have a little bit of a card here. That card is there. It's not a full card. It is basically a gaff that I had to make to put in there because this top pocket is not usable. So it's either it stays empty, or in the video tutorial, I talk about cutting a bit of a card off and putting up there. That's one of my biggest gripes probably about this wallet. It is a minimalist wallet. I do carry a lot of cards with me, so I want the pocket space to be available. The other thing I didn't really care for was the card to wallet gimmick. I think it's called Wallet Transform or something like that. Didn't really care for that. I know that's not Josh's. It was just kind of included in the project. But where you can show the card in there and then pull it out and be able to do, card to wallet, where it's a no load feature. I didn't care for that. I think it makes more sense, like it's a arts and crafts thing. You have to put it together and build it yourself. And maybe it would have been better if there would have been some better quality stuff given. But like what you get is, I don't consider it great quality. It's basically a playing card quality that you're getting to do something that you're going to be doing over and over and over again. And eventually you're probably going to burn out the gaff. So I didn't care much for that aspect of it either. I think that it could have come either pre-made or come with a little bit better quality of stuff. Now, things that I do like, is the money clip, which makes it where it's useful. I can actually put cash in it, work it just fine. I also like this here for out to lunch if you want to use it that way. One of the other issues that I had is really just how, if you go for the load, how that works, and you kind of end up again in a situation where not all the pockets are usable. So that is the Hermes Wallet, and I know a lot of people really like it, and I wish I did because I do like Quiver quite a bit. So I just think there's some improvements that could be made. The one that I don't have out, that I didn't care much for, and actually, honestly, it probably ranks much higher, is probably more 6, this is probably more 5, is the FPS Wallet by Brent Braun. And I have so many issues with the wallet. The main one being, though, a lack of use of space. So again, it's a minimalist wallet. It's not... If you're just using it for a magic trick, it's probably fine. But if you want to use it as an everyday carry, there's a whole section of the wallet that's just complete. There's nothing in it. There's no slots, nothing. And the way it's kind of set up is that's where the money clip goes. You can clip your cash into it. But you can also clip your cash to the outside. So you've got this big blank space on this wallet that should have slots to hold credit cards. And that doesn't exist. And that for me immediately made it not a usable everyday carry wallet. It also made it a wallet that I carried for like 3 days, and because I couldn't carry all of my stuff, immediately it went out the window. So like I said, I didn't even use it for a whole week. I couldn't. I was having to carry 2 wallets because it was, for me personally, it was not usable as an everyday carry. Again, this is a subjective list. I know a lot of people like the FPS wallet. And Brent's a great creator. I would like to see, a version 2 where they address some of those issues. But I do like the FPS coin purse. They like to call it a coin wallet. It's a coin purse, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Next on the list, my favorite wallets is one that I've actually had for a long time. I don't even remember the name of this wallet. I don't even know if I have anything. Oh, I've got my personal training card, certification card in there. This I got when I worked at a magic shop, and I think this one was provided by Magic Makers, but they wanted it demoed, so I told them, like, okay, well, if I'm going to demo it, it needs to be my wallet. It needs to be on me, so if someone asks for, like, hey, about that, I can do the trick and go right into the wallet and just have it on me at all times. So this card to wallet, it's really all it does is card to wallet. But you have spaces here for cards, here for cards, here, and then the ID window. And because it is a normal wallet, you also have slots here on either side. And then for your bills, and then when the card is loaded, you have a zipper compartment that you can pull the card out of. One of my big issues that I did have with this was how it's set up. I don't like to do the Mercury card fold, and that is how the load happened. But I always worked around that and just loaded the card. And it just came out at an angle. No one ever questioned it, but this was my EDC wallet for, let's see, when did I probably got it in mid-2006, and I carried it until about 2013. So like it's real leather, it's held up amazing. I can still use it today if I wanted to, but I don't carry big bulky wallets anymore. Next up, so we're getting into like my top 3, is the Quiver Wallet. The Quiver card to wallet. Again, the only thing it really does is card to wallet, but it has room for everything. So a couple of things that I really enjoyed about this one is this inner wallet here. Now this one's kind of torn up because I did carry this for a couple of years, but this comes out, which I loved. This also serves as kind of a packet trick wallet. So what I have in mind is I do have some cards for doing just that, a packet trick. Also in there, places here for cards, places on this side for cards. And you could take this out and even use its slot that this wallet fits inside for more cards. Again, like everything else, the card is, or with a lot of card wallets, all of them, the card is loaded, and then when you reveal it, the zipper compartment is open, and they can actually reach in and take the card. Now, the biggest drawback that I ever had with this one was the gimmick to get the card in the wallet. In fact, I had so many issues with it. I had gotten a replacement. I had tried to recondition everything to work, and it just was always issues. It always snagged. So eventually I just took it out and didn't use it. Lloyd Barnes, when he teaches it for the Illusionist video, teaches it with using like a membership card or something like that to work as a gimmick. But this I carried for a good couple of years. In fact, I have 3 of these. Because when I got the replacement, I kind of just replaced the gimmick and saw I was running into the exact same problem, and then I picked one up on sale. So I actually own 3 of the Quiver card wallet, which I love. And I might eventually go back to it if I switch back to a bulky wallet, but right now, probably not. Oh, and it's got one of those, it's got a money clip inside. So you put your bills in there, clip it in, and it's held. And also it comes out if you don't want to use the money clip. So there's that. So what I replaced this with, because this has been, I was my everyday carry up until like last winter, or just after winter, and that was the Shadow Wallet by D. Christopher in the 1914. And I love this wallet. So it's a minimalist style, and I know probably the first thing people are going to say is like, well, Corey, it only has a few slots to put stuff. How is this any different than the FPS Wallet or the Hermes Wallet? Different than the Hermes is all my pockets are usable. In fact, these have nothing to do with any of the trick. This also provides an easy, quick peek for any kind of peek work that you're doing, and also comes with the trick where you can pull the thought of card out of the wallet. The instructional video was amazing. I want to say the instructions were like an hour and a half, 2 hours long. And I could get just a lot in this wallet. So I loved it, and I just replaced it recently. Now, moving on to my favorite wallet in my current EDC. So this just came out of rotation probably within like the last month. And that is, the new one is the Orphic Wallet. So this has been my everyday carry now since I've gotten it in my possession. And it has plenty of room for all sorts of things. So in this, I have my regular debit card. I have Crazy Card, one of the gaffs. And then on the other side, I have Fraud from the How to Read Minds kits, the other Crazy Card gimmick. And then on the inside, I have credit card, some cash, my ID, insurance card, and then a trick that I've been working on right here on this piece of paper that's in my front window to block my identity. But this is by far one of my favorite wallets. I do wish that it had some of the features that the Shadow Wallet has. And I've said that before, and I'll probably always say that until we get something that adds that. But, talking to people, a couple different ways that they've kind of set up to be able to do that trick with this, which I just haven't done yet. I've been lazy. But you can set this up in so many different ways to make it where you can use all your pockets. Minus like one, but it's still technically usable. You just have to be a little bit more careful with it, which I like. Kind of how it's set up where it is usable. It kind of changes the whole way that you approach this wallet. So this is my favorite by far right now. That this is winning, and we're going to see how long it takes it to get unseated, because I thought I was going to keep using this one forever, and I have 3 of these, and I will probably go back to this at one point. It just kind of depends on what happens with the Orphic, where we see it going, and kind of the future that we get from the 1914, because they're releasing such amazing stuff. But yeah, those are 6 wallets and kind of where I rank them at. Obviously, there's a crap ton of wallets out there, tons that I don't have. I would say any of the old school giant wallets that you have to carry in like a breast pocket of a suit are ranking way out of my ranking system because I've always hated those. I own one, it's in the closet, never used it. And that's a nice one too, but it's just out there. It's not something that I would care to ever carry on me. It would have been fine if I would have had it in like the 70s or 80s maybe, but not in the last 20 something years. But that is my list of wallets and kind of where I rank them. Let me know if you agree, disagree down in the comments. If there's a wallet that you've used that you think is better or that you prefer. Like I said, it's all subjective, so I know some people are going to really love the Hermes Wallet and their whatever shortcomings that I see in it, they don't see. And same when it comes to the FPS Wallet. I know a ton of people love the FPS Wallet. It's not for me. And that's the most important thing about Magic, especially like EDC and Magic that you're always having on you. That's supposed to be normal, because it has to be for you. And that's why reviews are so crucial, and getting people's opinions are so crucial, and knowing people who have those items. So you can say, hey, this is kind of what I carry, this is what I'm looking at, will this work? So always make sure you do your research before buying a new Magic wallet, if you can. I know sometimes the hype really gets you, and it's just like, oh, I've got to have this. And I see so many people who buy a wallet, get it, and then within like the first 10 minutes, like, oh no, this isn't for me. And then they go to resell it on Facebook or something. So just keep that in mind. Take your time before you order things, especially if if you're unsure. But yeah, let's have a conversation down below. What is your favorite wallet? What are some that you've used? What are some of your least favorite wallets that you've used? I would love to hear more in the comments down below. And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next go around.